Are you ready?
How's it going? And today we are talking about what the Detroit Pistons need from Luke Kennard next season in order for them to achieve higher than a 5th seed, 6th seed, which I think is the realistic expectation. Luke Kennard, was in and out of the mix. He was in and out of the starting lineup. They preferred to go with Bruce Brown starting, although Luke did have his time to start. But I believe he only started 10 games last season. He had some injury issues, okay? He only played 63 games last season, so he didn't play the full 82. However, it seemed like him and Dwayne Casey butted heads for a little bit. He did not take coming off the bench very well. Hence, he had a stretch of games where he went bananas. We've seen a different Luke Kennard come playoff time. This guy averaged 15, 16 points per game. Granted, it was only a small sample in 4 games, and his numbers took a dive when Blake Griffin came back. But those first 2 games in Milwaukee, he had 21 points the first game and 19 points the second one. So the potential for this guy is there, okay? He has to have this confidence. That's the problem with Luke Kennard. He passes up too many shots. And I don't necessarily think that's necessarily a bad thing. But he has to be more aggressive and assert himself. He's doubting himself too much. As a shooter, you have to let that thing fly. You're going to have games where you don't hit anything. It happens. And that's the time when you realize your shot's not going down to kick it out. But Luke Kennard is valuable to this team. We need him for floor spacing. Bruce Brown can't shoot yet. Bruce Brown's going to be able to shoot. So when you have 2 guys like Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond, now granted, Blake Griffin did an incredible job adding the 3-point shot, so that way him and Drummond can work off each other better. But last season, it would have just helped tremendously if Luke Kennard would have shot more, played more, and been more efficient. He shoots 40% from the 3-point line. Great. He needs to shoot more, so if he does shoot more, that's probably going to take a dip. I'm cool with that. He has the potential to be a 15-point-per-game scorer. I thought last season he would average 13 due to the fact that he would be starting. He didn't really start that much. So what is the answer for this? Simple and plain, start him. And that's tough because I think Bruce Brown is going to be a starting 2-guard in this league very, very soon. Bruce Brown is going to be a good player. Trust me on that, okay? Once Bruce Brown develops his offensive game, it's going to be a tough decision. Just Luke Kennard, he's not a great defender. He has moments where he's sneaky good at stealing the ball, but, he's going to get torched a lot, especially when they play people like Houston or the Wizards, people who have good 2 guards. I think this season the best case is to just interswitch them, depending on matchups. I think Luke should get way more minutes. I think Luke should be out there in the 4th quarter, especially when it's a close game, so that way you have an offensive option. I think he's going to get a lot more looks. I think this offense is going to be different. At least it needs to be different. But bringing in Derrick Rose, if he comes in and plays with D Rose is going to be attacking the basket. And when you put him out there with Andre and Blake and they're all down low, the defense is going to have to collapse on them. You're going to need 2 shooters, That's why they done well and brought in Tony Snell and Markieff Morris, guys who can play on the perimeter and make shots. Those guys aren't going to shoot the lights out, but they're shot makers. They're going to make more than they're going to miss. They should get some good quality looks, wide open, and they shouldn't really be mad at themselves if they don't go in because you can't make every shot. But Luke Kennard is going to be the missing piece for that because Luke Kennard, you could have a career year. Simple and plain. When you bring in people, Derrick Rose, a healthy Reggie Jackson, who are going to attack the basket and then have Andre Drummond down low, you need those floor spacers. So I think changing the offense giving him that confidence. Dwayne Casey is supposed to be this young guy guru to help these guys see their potential. It's time to show it, you know. He doesn't need to be a superstar or an all-star. I don't know if he has that potential in him or not, but he needs to show improvement every year. I think he is due to average 13 to 15 points and be a starter. I think that should be his goal and his mindset, you know, and really make a name for himself in this league because, you know, outside Detroit and Duke fans, I don't think too many people really know much about Luke Kennard. I think Luke Kennard needs to make a name for himself this season. You know, he has to have that confidence, you know. He's got to have that feeling of, if I don't make this shot, the next one's going in. Not to make him a selfish player or just be a ball hog or whatever, but he needs to be that guy. Blake Griffin can't do it by himself. Reggie, D-Rose, Andre Drummond can't do it by themselves. They need the help from these guys. They're young. You have to stay patient with that. But this team's kind of at a weird point where they have pressure to win now and to win a playoff series. They have the talent. It's just helping these young guys realize how good they truly are and can become. So I think it's going to be a good year for Luke Kennard. Should he start? Yes. Will he start? I don't know. Because I think Dwayne Casey likes Bruce Brown and sees Bruce Brown's potential as well. And Bruce Brown's a solid defender, scrappy guy. So, like I said, man, off-season and preseason is going to be great for these position battles for minutes, starting minutes, rotation minutes, and just making the team. Bruce Brown and Luke Kennard are going to make the team. One's going to be the starting two guard, the other one's going to come off the bench. So it's going to be fun. I want to see Luke Kennard start, but I think Dwayne Casey's got, you know, attachment to Bruce Brown. So leave it down in the comments what Luke Kennard needs to do in your eyes. What do you want to see from Luke Kennard this season? What does he need to do to get better? I'll read them all and give you my feedback on that. But that's all I got for you guys today. So Instagram, Twitter, Mixer in the description. Follow me on all those platforms, especially in Mixer. Since 2K20 is coming out, I'm going to be streaming it. And then all DSA members are in the description as well. Be sure to check all those fellas out. I'll see you peeps tomorrow. Peace.